I'm Dana K. White. I am the author of Decluttering at the Speed of Life. And today I'm going to answer a question that I get somewhat regularly, usually from people who have been making decluttering progress, right? They've understood the power of the no mess decluttering method. And they ask this question: so when is it okay to get a new piece of furniture? To get some sort of storage piece to add to my home, okay? Here's my short answer. Choose a furniture piece for the space, not for the stuff, okay? That's the short answer. Here comes the long answer. All right, so the reason I say a lot of times these are people asking this question who have been making decluttering progress, and they ask me because they have understood the power of decluttering over organizing. The solution to your house being out of control is decluttering. Period. Decluttering and organizing are not the same thing. Organizing is problem solving. Decluttering is getting stuff out. Decluttering is the thing that will achieve what you think you want from organizing. I used to look around my house. My house was out of control and I thought, I've got to get organized. The more I would find a new place to put things and arrange it in all these different little spots, my house continually kept getting out of control, staying out of control. When I got to the point where I was so desperate that I said, I'm just going to declutter, get stuff out, that's when I actually achieved what I wanted. I knew what I had, I knew where it was, I could find it, access it easily, all that, right? So I teach the container concept, which is space is finite. Use the space to help you make your decluttering decisions. This is the last step in my no mess decluttering process. So it is after you've gotten everything out that doesn't need to be there, and you are at the point where you're like, this is the stuff that should go in this space, but it's still too much. Let the drawer, the shelf, the closet bar, the closet, whatever it is, let the space decide. Take out your least favorites until what is left fits usably, get-to-ably, functionally, okay? All right, so that's the short version of that. But when do you add another piece of furniture? Well, the temptation is to think that if I had a place to put this, if I had another piece of furniture, then this wouldn't be clutter anymore. But I'm just gonna say something that was true for me and that might be true for some of you watching, and that is not having enough furniture was never my problem. Because of all the years before I started decluttering, when I was constantly buying or saying, I'll take it, when a friend wanted to get rid of their bookshelves and their chest of drawers and their all these different things, okay? Like that was never my problem, not having enough. I thought I didn't have enough because I still had more stuff that I wanted to put in places. So I always thought I needed more, but ultimately that was not my problem. I had shelves and furniture covering most of the wall space in my entire home, okay? And that never helped me. When I started getting stuff out of my house, I started realizing I could get rid of pieces of furniture. The more pieces of furniture, the more shelving units or whatever that I actually let go of, the more my house was organized and easily maintainable for me. And I liked it better because it just added square footage to my home. I always say the best way to make a huge decluttering impact is to get rid of a piece of furniture because it will add literal square footage to your home. But if you're at the place in your home where you're completely overwhelmed and you're getting started, this video is something for way down the line for you, okay? Know that embracing the reality of the space that you already have, going through the whole decluttering process, asking yourself where you would look for it first, all of that is almost guaranteed to get you to the point where you can get rid of furniture. But sometimes people get to the point where they're like, I think I actually do need another piece of furniture, but is it wrong to buy another piece of furniture if I am trying to use the Dana's process and the reality, you know, embrace the reality of my space? You can do whatever you want. It's your house, right? I bought this piece of furniture. Let's see. It was delivered on August 7th or 8th, I think. I am recording this video on December 10th, I think. Okay. So I got this that long ago. I got it in August, and we had moved in November, almost 3 years before. Okay. So for almost 3 years, November to another November to another November to August. So just a few months shy of 3 years, there was nothing in this space. It was an empty space. Here's what it looked like before. Literally, there was nothing there. And I lived with it for a while, right? Like I was like, that's kind of a gaping space, but knowing myself, I would rather have nothing there than something else that just adds to my clutter problem because I'm going to be piling things on it, right? Or in it. But I came to the point where I realized I need something for that space, not to hold stuff, but for the space. So as you make a decision about, do I need more furniture? Pick it for the space, because the room is the container. My room is a container, and this piece of furniture needs to fit functionally in the container that is my room. Okay, this is the container concept drawn out further. So, is there space for it? Does it stay functional? Meaning, am I going to have to crowd something else out to bring in this furniture? Is it going to make the room itself smaller to the point where it's harder for me to function in this room? After almost 3 years, I decided, you know what? This is an actual legitimate space where I can put this item. And I wanted something to put the TV on, and I just wanted the look of it, and it matches my nightstands, right? So that is the answer. Choose it for the space, not the stuff. Now, what does that mean in your actual decluttering process? Because I put things in the place where I would look for it first. Well, that means that at this point, I don't have very much in this space. In this top drawer, my husband has a couple of things. When we got this, I told my husband, listen, this drawer right here is all yours for your stuff that normally gets put on a surface in our bedroom. I'm like, this is yours, put whatever you want. There is mostly surface showing in there. I'm not gonna show you all his personal things. But the rest of it, I did go, okay, these are some things in our room that just kind of had been floating. There's some workout doolollies, I guess. And his workout belt as well, which is not in here now because he's using it. But that is what I said, okay, we're gonna put that in this space because it has been floating around in this room and this will give it a space. But I didn't buy this to give that a place to be, right? I bought this for the space and then put things in there. But other than that, these drawers are empty. Like, I didn't even know till I was making the first version of this video, which I had to redo because it didn't make any sense, that the bottom two drawers are cedar, like for, I guess, you know, your wool things and stuff like that. So I was really excited, right? I didn't even know that. So my goal for this is to let it be a place in my home that if I ask myself the question, if I needed this item, where would I look for it first? This can be the answer if it's what comes to my mind, okay? When I'm asking myself the question, if I needed this item, where would I look for it first? I'm only asking that about stuff that I don't know where it lives, right? Because if I know where it lives, it doesn't get asked that question. I've already taken it out in the easy stuff step, which is number 2 of things that already have established homes. So only if I am decluttering and ask myself the question, where would I look for this first? And this is truly the place where I would look for it first. That's where it goes. Otherwise, I'm just going to leave it empty. It'll fill up over time, but my goal is not to have a place to put things. My goal is to have this piece of furniture in this spot, okay? That purposefulness of this is very different than when I was constantly thinking I needed more furniture pieces in order to hold my stuff because I thought that was going to be the solution to my clutter problem, and it never was, right? When I had that mindset, I was buying a lot of things at garage sales. I remember buying something at a garage sale that we didn't even have anything we could fit it in. And my husband had to call a friend to go pick it up. And my husband was just like, he's very nice. He's a very sweet guy. But he was like, another shelf, right? Because the more shelves that I brought into my house never got more organized. It never got more under control. The shelves were not the thing. And I was getting not great shelves, right? Like I was not getting things that I liked the look of that actually were what I wanted. I was just so desperate for more stuff to bring things in that I was getting other people's cast-offs, you know, a lot of mismatched things that didn't actually go in my home. This I loved. Did I spend a little bit more money? I did. But it's exactly what I wanted. And I feel confident about what I wanted because I had just lived with nothing. It was better to live with nothing than to have something that wasn't exactly what I needed in that space, okay? So the answer is, of course you can buy more furniture. It's your house. But my encouragement to you is to declutter first. If you're not at a point where you have cleared enough stuff that you have open space for the furniture to go in, then I would encourage you to keep decluttering. Live with it for a while. After you've gotten rid of all the excess stuff and you've lived with it for a while, that's what's going to give you a better idea of what would actually be good in this space and helpful instead of buying things to be a solution for clutter. Declutter first, live with it for a while, and then choose furniture to come into your house according to the space that it's going to live in, not according to the stuff that you think you need to store. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I will talk to y'all next week. Bye.